You're listening to the Behind Ears podcast, because everybody does Disney differently. The Behind Ears podcast crew would like to thank the following sponsors for their generous support. Hey everybody, it's Mr. Chris, and I gotta tell you about Expedition Roasters. Listen, I'm a pretty big coffee drinker, just like a lot of you are, but these people have got coffee right. Their coffees are made from selectively sourced premium and specialty grade Arabica beans. They provide the absolute best flavor and aroma, and select roasts even come directly from a single estate farm for a truly perfect cup that is never bitter. They've got awesome Disney-inspired flavors such as Roundhouse Roast, Route 66, Skipper's Brew, Dark Side Roast, Redhead Rum, and one of my favorites, Bob Slitter's Brew. Listen, if you want to have the taste of Disney in every cup, give them a try today. ExpeditionRoasters.com, and Behind the Ears podcast listeners gets an extra 20% off your first order by using the coupon code EARS20. That's right, EARS20. And you can find them over at ExpeditionRoasters.com. Brew your happy place. If you have a little one and you're going to Walt Disney World, you're going to need a stroller. I'll tell you what, KingdomStrollers.com is the place where you want to look into. I'll tell you, I've destroyed my fair share of strollers while at Walt Disney World, and those things are not cheap. But getting something from KingdomStrollers.com, they'll be able to help you pick out the perfect stroller for you. And the nice part is that because they're a Disney preferred provider, they'll be able to drop it off and pick it up right from your Disney resort at no extra charge. So if you don't want to necessarily destroy your stroller in the process and you want to have a great Disney vacation with your little one, contact KingdomStrollers.com and they'll set you right up. That's KingdomStrollers.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Ears podcast. I'm Uncle Danny. That is Mr. Chris. I'm a half blurry Uncle Danny. Feels like this side of my face is blurry, but the other side is interesting camera angle. Chris, how are you? I'd rather be blurry because you're muted. Literally just called you out on that the other day.
Yeah, you did. I mean, it's one of those cases where someone said, what's one of the most embarrassing thing? And I said, when Danny dropped the F-bomb and he didn't know we were live, and then he's like, I'll never live that one down. Of course, Danny retaliated by saying, yeah, remember when you were muted for about 2 minutes straight? You weren't looking at the screen when I was waving down. We had 2 minutes of silence. Yeah, that was all you. I'm like, yep. So, the fact of the matter is that, we obviously are very much an unscripted, unrehearsed, unedited, uninhibited group here tonight. And I'm just really glad to be here. It's going to be a really fun episode. And so I'll tell you what, you had a great idea. You had two great ideas for tonight, and we're going to roll with them. So let's go with them.
Well, actually, it's funny. Both the great ideas were not mine. I just happened to suggest them for the show. And they actually come from, you see Facebook is starting to give these little badges away inside groups for different things. Well, one of our big, she's got a badge very recently in our group, the Conversation Starter. Christine was able to, she posted a great link today, which kind of spread like wildfire around the internet. Basically Disney World raising their food prices, and when you do the math, they basically raise their stuff by 23% in one day. In the blink of a slap of an eyelid, they were up 23%. She also came up with another great little game that she's been doing really well with that. Christine, we're gonna have a talk with you on the side because you're doing some cool things for us. Basically, she knows we love food because me and Chris are not tiny. And basically a this or that game. So we're going to go through basically two different items, and me and Chris will have some. We'll take some from you guys inside of the comment section. Can't wait to hear all your guys' responses, see who you agree with more, Chris or myself. And I have a feeling, judging by some of the things we've already responded to, me and you differed on a few things right off the bat.
Sure.
And lastly, once the show ends tonight, you guys should hang out. It's literally going to be about 2 minutes right after. We're just going to head, so you're going to hear the exit roll like you normally do, and then stick around. It's not an after party like we used to do. We are doing our contest, and there is specific details and instructions and rules. Yes, I know that does not sound fun, but in the end, you are not only going to be able to have a shot at a big prize, but some other little small prizes to go along with it. So let's get down to the fact that Disney raised everything by 23%. So as of right now, if you get the refillable popcorn, so you actually buy the bucket, you're at $10. And it is $2 to refill the bucket, which to me, well, let's go through these one by one. To me, I think that's a great deal. $10. Not that those things are huge, but you can get a decent amount of popcorn in them. And for $2 to refill it, and it's not $2 just on that trip. It's $2 as long as you bring it back with you on your next trip. So I actually think it's a good deal. Imagine if you're an AP holder and you're local, $10. And then every time you're there, it's $2 for popcorn. You can't beat that.
I thought they were referring that more to like the length of stay rather than unlimited forever.
You prove it.
I'm not arguing that point. I know it's kind of one of those things where if you think about it, they're really, unless they start changing how they look and so on and so forth, or date them somehow, that's actually been quite the, I don't want to call it a controversy, but it's been a source of discussion among many Facebook groups, as in, you know, how long does the refill perk, so to speak, last? And
people need to stop bringing it up, because then Disney's going to catch on.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, I mean, Disney does read, you know, different sites. They listen to podcasts. They watch shows like ours. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, if we keep bringing up loopholes, they will continue on closing loopholes, if you really think about it. So, I mean, next, yeah.
Sorry, sir. Your bucket is too faded.
Yeah. I mean, next, you know,
1989 written on the side.
Yeah. It's like, you know, I'm sorry, but we haven't sold that spirit here since 1969. Sorry. Had to throw a little, Hotel California in there, but that's okay. Sorry, Danny, that's way before your time.
Way before mine. So popcorn is, if you don't want the refillable bucket, for $10, they cut it in half and you can get it for $5. This one is outrageous. There's two of them that were outrageous to me, and this was the one of them. No, actually, there's three. I apologize. The Mickey pretzel, $7. You're out of your mind? You think I'm paying you? I will never. I promise you, right here, right now, I will never have another Mickey pretzel in my life. Not at $7. Unless Chris wants to buy it for me, money bags. That's fine. I am paying it for $7.
Let's put it this way. The only pretzel I've spent more on, you know, the thing is that, like, isn't the pretzel over in Germany like $10? It's a huge pretzel.
Yeah, I would say that's also a novelty thing more than the Mickey. Well, I guess the Mickey pretzel is a novelty.
Here's the thing. I think the one in Germany at Epcot is better. I think it tastes better. It's just really cool. And it goes really well with those, what is it, Schaffenhofer grapefruit beers. Oh, what a perfect combination. My friend Larry and I split one of each of those this past July. Oh my gosh, we were both in heaven. We're just like, let our wives do whatever they want. We're sitting here having a big pretzel and a grapefruit beer. But that is kind of crazy. $7 for basically twisted dough. Think about that for a minute.
Well, here's one that's just as expensive, and I feel like you get less substance from. $6.25 for a churro. Out of your mind. It costs you like 6 cents to make that. Are you kidding me? I'll even go on the high end, and I know you're not. At home, I could probably make one for $0.25. You're making a $6 profit. I'm not even. All right. Cotton candy, which I actually don't think this is a bad price for it. I think it's still high, but I don't think it's terribly high, even though, because it's just like dried out sugar, essentially. Cotton candy, $5.
See, here's the thing. I think snacks, for the most part, a $5 for a snack is about right. You know, because you could just throw a $5 down, boom, you're done. But, you know, anything above $5, I actually think people start questioning whether or not they want them. With the exception of popcorn.
Another decent deal, still pricey, but decent. Almonds rise to $6.
You know, I've never had the almonds yet. I've always wanted to try them because I love those glazed almonds. Just in general, they're really good. But I would eat the whole thing. Because it's like a little cup triangle wedgie looking thing. Yeah, I'd eat the whole thing.
Fountain beverages are up to $4.50 now, and Dasani, which, listen, I'll state it right here, right now. I hope we're never sponsored by Dasani because I'm going to railroad them. They is the most disgusting water. Oh my God, Dasani water is so bad.
You think that's bad?
Oh, it's so nasty. So nasty. No, it's disgusting. I don't like it. I know there's other people out there who agree with me because I've been to the parks with other people who are like, oh, no, I will literally drink out of a hose before I drink a Dasani bottle of water.
I mean, I'll drink the free cups of ice water any day. I know some people.
I think their water's good.
I actually don't mind it at all. I know some people say, "Oh, it doesn't taste good," and so on and so forth. I don't have a problem with it, And I drink, softened. It's our water is like a mixture of well water and Chicago water, like Michigan water. So, yeah, we have our own well here, and it gets blended in with other stuff, and I have a softener and a filter, and it's pretty good. So I drink it there; it tastes almost the same.
All right, Bailey, you comment down with that Jersey comment over there. This is the one that was outrageous to me, and I literally almost passed out when I saw it. A bottle of Smart Water. Freaking Smart Water, $5.50.
What I want to know, and I'm sincere when I ask this question, what makes Smart Water smart? I mean, what makes it special? I mean, to me, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
that is absolutely ridiculous.
I just don't get it. I mean, I realize some of our friends watching right now, they live on Smart Water, and I think that's cool. I mean, if you have a preference, hey, go ahead. I'm not criticizing, I'm not judging or anything like that, but it seems like ridiculous to spend that much for water.
Yeah,
I don't know. And here's the thing. I found one of those cool cups on Amazon where you can twist off the top and you can fill it with ice really easily, put the top, or then fill it up with water, put the top back on, and then just top it off with water. You have basically a 16-ounce bottle that has ice in it, and it just stays nice and cold. It melts a little bit. I like it.
As long as your water's not from Flint, Michigan, I'll drink any part of the country.
Oh, that's bad.
That's an epidemic that's still going on.
Oh, that is still, it's a horrible thing. It really is. I mean, we joke about how much water costs, and here's a whole community in the Midwest that still can't get drinking water. I mean, we won't go into that. That is what it is. But yeah, we joke around about it. And
then I'm going to rip through these because they're all basically similar price. Starting from low to high, the strawberry fruit bar, $5.25. Olaf's lemonade strawberry bar, $5.50. Frozen chocolate covered banana with walnuts, $5.75. Mickey's ice cream sandwich, $5.75, and Mickey's premium ice cream bar, $5.75. Bottled soda rose from $4.50. It's up from $4. While fountain sodas have increased from $3.29 for a regular and $3.79 for a large to $3.99 for a regular and $4.49 for a large. The price increase has also hit the water bottles with prices rising from $3 to $3.50. Let's see. A Mickey Premium pretzel has risen to $7. An increase of $1 from their previous price. Ridiculous.
Now here's also the thing that I'm sure will happen. If a large fountain is just shy of $5 now, large fountain drink, that the price of a combo meal at quick service places will go up accordingly. Maybe not 1 for 1, but that's next. It's prices on some of the quick serve meals. That some of those prices will be next. At the same time, pricing on meal plans will go up. That's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right. Enough with this. Let's get into the nitty gritty.
You've been dying to play this, haven't you?
Yeah, the time has come. Let me see. Where is it? It's not loading.
I'll answer this question really quick. Jerry actually asked the question: are there reusable cups for soda for cheaper refills? Not in the parks. You can get a reusable mug. It's technically only refillable at the resorts, technically speaking. But they don't have that. We've talked about that before, as that would be one of the things that we would love to see come into play, would be a refillable mug within the parks. If not just for the cups to not end up in the landfill, but, it'd be a good value. Even if you charge $20 a mug, it would still be a good value for most people.
So as I have the game pulled up, I just want to point out one thing. Mackenzie kills it right here.
What's that?
Savage of a comment. I love it. The fact they don't even pay for their fountain soda and they're that expensive. The truth behind that is 100% true. They don't pay for their fountain sodas. That is the Coca-Cola gives them free soda. And you might say, that is ridiculous. Look how much money they're losing. Think about how much advertising they're doing. Coke is the only person in there. You can only get Coke products. So it's wonderful advertising.
And this the next time we're out there, I guarantee you, Diz Truck One will have about 5 cases of Diet Pepsi. We'll be more than happy to sell you a case out of the back. So
for $47.
For $47 a piece.
So the rule of this game, we're going to name 2 food items. And listen, I see Brian's watching, you culprit. Okay? It's either you pick either item. If you want to say, "Hey, listen, I'm picking this item because," and no, Chris, I don't need a reason about the story when your kids were 7 and he spilled his spaghetti on the floor and you laughed. Now it's your favorite restaurant. No, if you want to say like, "Hey, I've never had the other item, so this is why I'm choosing this one," that is the only other acceptable answer for everybody in this chat. Join along, answer, make sure you put down what you're saying. Whichever you're choosing. So let's start with Christine. She started off pretzel or pop. Now, some of them you're going to hear repeats because they're going to be either worded differently or they're going up against a different item, and that's perfectly fine. That's cool. Pretzel or popcorn?
Pretzel. I just think it's easier to snack on.
I told him not for a description, but I guess we're going to go with that. Popcorn because I want to be different. Popcorn was my... I think popcorn's just better than the pretzel. I don't know, pretzel's real dried out, and the popcorn has different flavors. So,
have you had different flavors?
Yeah, you know who's? I always get it from the cart right outside Figment in Epcot.
They have like the blue cheese and buffalo ones, don't they?
Buffalo and then white cheddar. And then regular popcorn. Ooh. And yes, you can ask them to try some, and yes, you can mix and match. So I know that was going to be that one was going to come up. All right, Mickey ice cream or a churro? See, now she said Mickey ice cream. So I don't necessarily know what that meant. I'm going to go with Mickey ice cream just because it's a wider variety and I can get either the premium ice cream bar, the sandwich. I think there's more options inside the Mickey ice cream.
I am going to go for the ice cream as well. I just think it's, just the ice cream.
Turkey leg or cupcake? There's a lot of cupcakes out there.
There's a lot of cupcakes out there.
But there's only one turkey leg, a.k.a. the ostrich.
The ostrich.
I still think the ostrich was so good, though. Or the ham on a stick.
I'm going to say cupcake.
Okay. Do you have a favorite cupcake?
Oh, you know what? My favorite cupcakes that I found, I've actually, there's like a zebra cupcake at the Mara over at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
I was about to say, you talk about the little zebra cupcakes you could buy at the grocery store because those are bagging. Cakes.
Oh my gosh! I hate to admit this. I used to eat those by the box. I mean, it's just
easily.
I mean, you just that in a glass of cold milk. Oh yeah, babe. And we all wonder why I look like this. But no, over at Animal Kingdom Lodge, they have a great selection.
I'm still a big fan of the Darth Vader cupcake at Hollywood Studios. It's chocolate peanut butter, and it's literally the size of my fist. Sorry, I know if you guys have your comments up here and they're just kind of flying by. You guys got to understand, we just got like 47 comments before, like in a blink of an eye, people answering. I'm actually going to go with the giant ham on a stick, the AKA the ostrich leg, AKA turkey leg.
I got to try this again. I really do.
There's nothing better than just walking around just chomping on this thing. But after a while, I do like to sit down and just, I actually throw a little mustard on it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you. People always look at me like I'm crazy, and they take that little yellow mustard dip, and they're like, all right, Uncle Dan, I see what you're doing here.
You know what? I think next time I do it, though, this is going to sound horrible. I'm going to bring like a pair of rubber gloves. So I don't.
Oh, yeah, you get messy. I recommend going by Payco Bills because they have wet naps inside. So always grab yourself some wet naps. Uncle Danny tip of the day.
I like that idea.
All right, this was from me. Casey's. This is all regarding Casey's. Are you going the nuggets or the hot dog?
Duh. I think they're going for the corn dog nuggets, of course.
See, and I went completely different. I went with the hot dog solely because the corn dog nuggets are good. But the hot dog, they have so many great varieties of different toppings like mac and cheese, pulled pork, buffalo, and then they have all the flavors of the month. I went with the hot dog. Now, I will say this before you go. I completely hate the fact that they put the new hot dog on a hoagie roll.
No, they changed it back.
Now they're going back to the hot dog roll?
Right. I mean, the thing is, when we had it this past summer, I was kind of concerned about the same thing too. I'm like, I'm going to get the hot dog. I don't really want the big hoagie roll. And sure enough, it came out in just a bigger, regular hot dog bun instead of that hoagie roll. It was awesome. I mean, it was what it was supposed to be. Serious. It was awesome.
Oh, I'm really happy about that one. Another one from me. I was a little more specific than Christine. So I said premium Mickey bar or Mickey ice cream sandwich.
Mickey premium bar all the way.
And you were very confident in that. And I'm very confident on the ice cream sandwich because you get that little bit of cookie and then ice cream and that little bit of cookie. It's nice. Now, granted, there's nothing like holding a Mickey bar on a stick. It's iconic. You're always by Tom Sawyer's Island. You get some great pictures. I know they sell it in other places. It just always seems to be. I used to get off Big Thunder and hit the smoking section and then grab that Mickey Premium ice cream bar as I was walking up the Hall of Presidents. That's literally, you want to know what I do? That's my routine.
I will tell you this. John's favorite is the ice cream sandwich as well.
Really? I knew I liked them.
Oh, by the way, he says that you still owe him an ice cream sandwich?
I do still owe him an ice cream sandwich because I told him I'd buy him an ice cream sandwich and then he just completely never wanted it and that vacation ended very quickly. So we will have to fly down and get this taken care of ASAP. All right, Nicole says citrus swirl or Dole Whip.
That's a tough one, but I'm going to go with Dole Whip.
And I went with the swirl. I liked a little bit of ice cream in it.
And you know what? I'll admit I do like the swirl, and I do like the Dole Whip. But if I had my choice, I can get swirl a lot of places. It's the Dole Whip I can't. I know a lot of people have been saying that their local mom and pop ice cream store have been, mixing it up lately.
My beach town has been selling it for like 15 years.
I can't get it around here. I mean, I can make it myself through, I can get the mix myself and make it myself, and it comes out great. But I can't. It's not 100% the same, but it's still the same mix. But when I get a chance to get it, it's Dole Whip.
Okay. All right. Now, this next one was from Stacy, and I have to admit, I had to go with the latter here because I've never had the front part of it. Stuffed grape leaves or caramel corn.
I've never had
a stuffed grape leaf before. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know where to buy that.
I've never heard of that either.
Because
to me it sounds like a Greek dish of sorts almost.
And the only reason I believe it to be a real thing is because Trisha, one of our head admins, agreed and said, I love some grape leaves. So I don't know if it's slang. You kids calling it something that it's not really that. Is it not called that? I don't know.
I'm going to have to look it up. As simple as that. Yeah. I am. What was the other choice again? Or the
caramel corn. So
see, I would pick the caramel corn anyway because I love good caramel corn. Oh, wait.
What?
Here's the thing. Where do you get the best caramel corn? Do you get it around the parks, or do you make specifically a trip over to the caramel shop over in Germany to get some of their Werther's caramel corn?
I'm gonna be honest. I probably go the lazy way, and I'll just get it wherever I can in the park. Because it's one of those things where I'm not a sweet guy. We've established this numerous times. So if I get a hankering for something, I want it immediately, and I'm also lazy and don't really want to walk all the way to Germany.
There you go.
Be honest. All right, beignet or cronut?
I don't think I answered this one. Beignet.
I went with the beignet, but I want to try this alcohol infused one. I was looking at that and I was like, why are they putting chocolate milk in a beignet?
It does look.
And then I saw you comment, and I guess I'm assuming it's Bailey's. Is that what they're putting in it?
That's what I understand. It's Bailey's. I heard it's like a Bailey's, the Bailey's Irish cream, and you get a little thing where you kind of like inject it yourself, which is cool. I mean, I've not tried one of those, and it
looks good.
It does look really good, but the thing is, would that be too sweet? Yes, because Bailey's itself is a sweet, Irish cream type of thing.
Beignets are really delicious by themselves, so definitely check them out. Or Kahlua, Cynthia says that's a really good idea.
Dipped in honey.
Oh, I've never had that. That sounds good though.
Oh, it's thebomb.com.
Now, if Rudy was here, he would tell you probably cronut, but he was very disappointed from his previous trip about the cronut station being moved and changed.
Yeah, and
I think he might have a bad day. You never know.
You always have a bad day with it. And the thing is that, I tried the cronut a la mode one time. It was a mess. It was
Ryan says there's 3 different flavors and they're all Bailey based.
There you go. I tried the regular cronut because John wanted to try the cronut. I liked it. It was good. It's not my favorite. I would definitely go with the beignet because I just don't get them.
Yeah. Alicia says Mickey waffle or cinnamon roll from Gaston's.
I'm going to say Mickey waffle because I have yet to try a cinnamon roll from the Gaston's, but I hear they're huge. So,
they're ginormous, but it doesn't beat a Mickey waffle. I mean, it's hard to beat anything Mickey shaped in my book, but I'm a huge waffle guy. And I'm now you think, okay, and not many people, Lindsay, my girlfriend, knows this about me because I complain about it all the time. You think I'm a big pizza snob? I'm a big waffle snob.
How did you become a waffle snob?
You know how many people don't make it fluffy?
Okay.
Or they'll make it too doughy? And then I'll have a little bit of bite crunch to it, or the people that just overcook a waffle. Terrible. I'm one of those people where I have like the hotel flip ones, like me and you had in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I don't ever let it finish because I know it burns it too much. So I know where I like mine done. I have one of those flip waffle makers here at home. It makes 2 at a time. You open it up, you put the batter in, you close it, you flip it over, and then you open it up again, pour the thing in, and you close it again. And then when it beeps, you take the first one out, it beeps again, you take the second one out. I mean, you get 2 waffles in like 2.5 minutes. And yes, you can get the golden malted waffle and pancake mix. That's what they use there at Disney, and it's the same stuff. It's absolutely awesome, and you can find it on Amazon. And you can put ice cream on your waffle.
Or Nutella and bananas and strawberries. You see where I'm going there? Oh, yeah.
I do make a real good hotel waffle. She's experienced it. All right.
By the way, that particular chain that we were at in Milwaukee, that is actually the same mix as Disney uses.
Oh, okay. Rice Krispie treat or caramel corn? I went with Rice Krispie treat, but on the notion that it has to be a fresh one. and not the prepackaged ones they sell inside the stores or the hotels.
Oh, I'll go with that. I'll definitely go with that, especially with those parameters. A fresh Rice Krispie treat. Wait, do you have the ears dipped in chocolate?
Yes.
Do you
one
have
ear?
One ear.
Yeah, because then I like to microwave it.
I did find out that if you have a Mickey premium or not premium ice cream bar, if you have a Mickey Rice Krispie treat and it's 7 months past its sell-by date, don't eat it.
Oh, really?
It tastes bad.
Oh, sure.
I did it
almost as bad as like the stale ones they serve you. They sell you inside the store.
No. This was bad. I did a coffee break episode with it one time, and I said, "Hey, everybody, look what I'm going to do!" Ha ha ha. Yeah, Mr. Chris regretted it.
Yeah. What else? Oh, here. Okay. All right. I'm going to read this one, and then I'm going to make a statement. Starbucks or Joffrey's? If anyone in here says Starbucks, you could see your way out of the show right now. We will not accept that as an answer. It is not true. There is no such thing as Starbucks. I told you, knock it down, make it a stroller parking. There should just be Joffrey's all day long. We do love our sponsors, Expedition Roasters, but at the moment, they are not sold within the parks. So I am only going by this. So obviously, as you can see, my answer would be Joffrey's.
And that is my answer too, for the exact same reason. Because quite honestly, I can't. When I say that I've been spoiled by Expedition Roasters coffee, that is not an advertising plug. That's the honest to goodness truth. I can't drink Starbucks anymore because it just tastes darn red bitter. And the funny part is, my daughter, who is probably even more of a coffee snob than I am, says the same thing. So we only end up going over to Joffrey's for their products while we're there. So we'll just put it that way.
Okay. So we've been doing this show for like coming up on 2.5 years, something along the part of that from when I basically started it. And everybody always wants to know how we got the name. We always talk about how we got the logo. Okay. This man right here in this comment who claims he's never had coffee, and I think it is a lie, is a coworker of mine or an ex-coworker of mine. We work at different areas now. He is technically the one that made up the name Behind the Ears podcast.
Very cool. Give him a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Butch, I cannot use your actual nickname on the show. Family friendly, so we'll leave it at you need to go get a cup of coffee, young man. It's about time. I don't drink coffee, but yes. I mean, no, Brian, step out of the show for a little while. Brian, you need a 5-minute break. If I was you're in Brian's in timeout, I will no longer be showing Brian's comments. Brian, that is strike 3 today. I hit you twice already this evening, and then you come with that nonsense. I don't want to hear that. Someone else said it to me too. Let me read the comment.
And just so everybody knows, Brian said they're both the same, and unfortunately that triggered Danny. # triggered.
Susan in the comment section goes, Joffrey's is hot water with brown food coloring. Starbucks for life. Susan is no longer part of the community. Test me, I dare you. No, she still is. I promise.
Susan, if you're listening, contact me on the side. I'll get you back. Don't worry about Danny. He's harmless. He's just tired right now.
Oh man. So, yeah, a lot of people are saying Joffrey's because of the alcohol. Once again, that was another Rudy thing that I never knew existed.
Oh, I know.
I never knew that existed.
I'm kind of thinking of that as well. And here's the funny part. Does anybody think that they should serve Tim Hortons coffee in Canada? I mean, seriously, that would be a really good cup of coffee in Canada. You've never had a Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons
played hockey.
Well, I was going to say you had to have been across the Tims.
But oh my God, Tim! They actually opened up a Tim Hortons in Maryland, right outside the military base my family works at.
Oh wow,
really good. Yeah, they make a really good breakfast sandwich.
They do, and they have great donuts.
See, I'm not a fan of their donuts.
I know that there was one in Rochester, New York, because there's a data center there that I used to work at all the time, and right across the street was a Tim Hortons. You know, it was really good. But yeah. Okay, next. I'm sorry.
Uncle Sassy passes back.
There you go.
I like that. All right, where are we at here? Nutella waffle or the kitchen sink?
Oh, Nutella waffle.
But it needs the whipped cream on it.
Oh, well, sure. Yeah.
And the strawberries and the bananas.
Yeah,
I basically just go to Sleepy Hollow and get that and ask for the whipped cream on top.
I mean, have you had a kitchen sink?
Years ago, so I cannot. And I know you're gonna tell your story. So before you do that, I mean, it's been so long I haven't been able to do it. But can't tell you to say it.
No, I was gonna say yeah, I've had it. I think it's more of a novelty than something good to eat. To be honest with you, you do it once, you do it for the experience. That's it.
You know what? You and Sophie are on to something. Tim Hortons would be great inside the little shop in Canada.
I know that they have the Joffreys basically right outside of the Canada stage. I know they have that there and so on and so forth. I just think that if nothing else for the Food and Wine Festival, if they really want something authentic Canadian, it's coffee. Can you do authentic Canadian coffee, you know, type of thing? You bring in a Canadian brand like Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
I mean, they bring in the Molson. They could also bring in the Tim Hortons.
I'll take Brian on a timeout here for a second because he came up with one. The buttermilk fried chicken or the prime rib from Olivia's? Rudy.
I have to step out. I have not had either one.
I went with the prime rib. Only because the fried chicken last time I had it was kind of dry and the prime rib was juicy, so we went with that one.
Were they both at Olivia's?
The fried chicken he didn't give a restaurant for that.
Or is that over at
I took that from 50's prime time.
I was gonna make that the same assumption.
Yeah. That was the assumption I went to right away. The donut sundae or the kitchen sink from the plaza?
The kitchen sink from the plaza. Are they talking about the Mickey? Oh, like the Mickey pants kitchen sink looking?
I believe that's one coming out of the plaza.
Yeah.
Because the other one comes out of what? Beaches and cream?
Yes. And what was the first choice of that selection?
The donut sundae.
Oh, I'm going to go with the Mickey pants sundae.
Okay. Have you had the donut sundae?
Yes.
What is the donut sundae? Because I have not. I'm not a sweet guy, so I can't.
Basically, it's a big sundae that's kind of incorporated with a donut on top of a donut.
Oh, that's all. So it's just a milkshake with a donut on top of it.
No, a sundae with the donut on it.
Oh, a sundae with the donut on top of it. Oh,
or
okay.
underneath, I think is what
so.
the
Like,
base was.
it's not donut flavored ice cream.
No.
Darn.
Although that would
really
be that. That
is the thing. I don't think anybody's ever done this, and I think
no.
became a millionaire.
No. Krispy Kreme made a Krispy Kreme flavored like milkshake or like a coffee drink type of thing. You know, one of those crappuccino type of things, right? So like if you're just too lazy to drink your carbs, you can just drink one of those things that tastes like a Krispy Kreme. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to try it before our local Krispy Kreme bit the dirt.
He's saying the donut sundaes at the plaza, it's different than the one you're trying. I don't care, but that Krispy Kreme, oh man, we used to have a Krispy Kreme in town.
I still would go with the Mickey's kitchen sink because not only is it really good, you get to keep the kitchen sink. It's awesome.
Yeah, Rudy, good Lord, it is true. Mickey's premium ice cream bar or Mickey pretzel.
Oh. Ooh.
I think that's easy. Slam dunk. Mickey premium ice cream bar.
Yeah, I would go with the premium ice cream bar for that one as well.
This one is me and you're definitely going to disagree on this one. Tonga toast at Kona.
Yeah.
Which comes with bacon.
Yes.
Or the bread service at Sanaa.
Now,
I see your comment and Chris.
In my conversation, I think it's a technical foul because you can't compare the two. One's breakfast, one's lunch or dinner. Oh crap. This is like asking like which is my favorite kid. Um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the bread service.
That's where I thought you were gonna lean towards. And since I have never had the bread service, and I love bread, I do love bread, but I do love Tonga toast.
I'll tell you what.
Little
If
six juice on the side,
you and I get a chance to go over there, go over to Sanaa, we got to go there for lunch. We'll go there right at when it opens. It's a fabulous.
can you
time
just
to go.
have bread? That's it.
You could just have the bread service, yeah.
Really?
Listen. Bread service for one is like $15 with all the toppings, all the dipping sauces, and it's like 10 different sauces, and you can get a whole bunch of naan bread or some of the other different types of bread. Seriously, you get that, you're set, and you can make that a meal in of itself. Kathy and I usually split it, and then we also get a lunch entree as well. And if we don't walk out of there, we roll out of there, and it's just so good. Yeah.
Mackenzie, you need to get on.
I will tell you this, Sanaa,
So
I really like Sanaa. It is a wonderful restaurant. So yeah.
Character candy apples or character cupcake?
Character cupcake.
Yeah, I would agree. I like the apples. They're good. The cupcakes are just better.
I'm not a big fan of candy apples.
Here's the thing with candy apples. I like them if I can break it up and eat it with a fork. But I don't like the fact, especially the man with facial hair, I am sticky for the rest of the vacation. Not just the day, the vacation. You can't get that stick out.
Do you consider like a caramel apple in the same realm?
Yeah.
Because I know like they'll cut them up for you at like the caramel shop in Germany. They'll cut up a caramel apple for you.
Yeah, I mean, she was more talking about like the ones that are all done up. Plus, they get stuck in your teeth. They're so good, but it's just too much.
I've never been a candied apple. I've always been a caramel apple fan, but I was just like to eat the caramel off of the apple.
Yeah, typical fat kid thing. I get it.
Hey, thank you.
No, I mean, listen.
Oh yeah.
No, my dad used to love those stinking caramel apples. All right. One phone. Speaking of caramel apple or Rice Krispie treat.
Again, Rice Krispie treat. I'll go away from the apple.
Yeah. I know Mackenzie Rudy actually said something you agree with. Mackenzie, you're definitely a fan of our show, not his. Let's just leave it at that because we don't agree with anything he said. All right, we already answered the Starbucks or Joffrey's. Yeah, okay, not answering this one. Pizza from Via Napoli or from Tony's Town Square?
I saw that and I'm like, oh, Danny surely is not going to answer that question. I'm actually surprised you didn't make some sort of smart aleck comment.
I just got to this section of I haven't made it this far reading them when I got home from work. So I will be commenting on a lot of you that are above this, I promise.
The thing is, I didn't know that Plaza actually had pizza. It's been such a long time since I've had Plaza. Via Napoli's pizza I liked. It was really good. And I've tried to make it at home, the same type of style with the fresh cut cheese and stuff like that, and the basil and oregano and all that other jazz. But I've not had it over at the Plaza. I only had regular pasta at the Plaza the last time I was there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're just gonna plead the fifth on that one.
Well, you know what? I did have a bite of Via Napoli pizza, and to me it was a flatbread. It wasn't a pizza. So I can't really get into that. This one. Oh, this one's tough, and it just made me hungry. It's actually the last one on the list too. PB&J shake from 50s Primetime or a funnel cake.
I've never had a PB&J shake. My kids have made it here at home with the Disney recipe. They loved it. I'm going to say by default a funnel cake, but I am picking the lesser of two evils for me.
Okay, I'm gonna go with PB&J shake solely because I live on the boardwalk essentially.
Say,
So I can have funnel cake literally or under the boardwalk.
I was gonna say because
live from under the boardwalk
because you I was gonna say because you love PB&J, you live on PB&J. It's like you go to work and you take your little sack lunch with PB&J with the crust cut off.
I actually had PB&J the other day. No, I've actually had a PB&J deep fried.
Oh yeah, or grilled. You ever had it grilled?
No.
You do it like you make it up like you're gonna make a grilled cheese sandwich, except you just have the peanut butter and jelly mixed up all together in the center, and then you grill it, but you got to butter the bread.
Okay.
And you just kind of grill it like a grilled cheese. Oh.
Okay.
Especially and you got to make it on homemade bread. None of the store crap. Homemade bread, and then oh yeah, my mouth is watering thinking about it. Okay, there we go.
Okay. All right, now we have a quick little list that this was not put up there. Actually I have so many of these lists tucked away because we were getting ready to do. I was getting ready to release them, so we can go through them a couple now.
Okay.
Cinderella's Royal Table or Be Our Guest.
Oh, CRT.
Yeah. Now I'm excited to see the revamp because they did shut it down. It could be open now. Last time I was there, we were there like the last couple weeks. They were open, and now they were supposed to be redoing the inside.
And to be honest with you, I would also like to try Be Our Guest for dinner since they've kind of done that over again. They've kind of changed some things since I was there last. To me, it's one of those that I have to put back on my list to try again.
Okay. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Big Thunder Mountain.
Thunder Mountain.
I would agree. I hate Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This is my hell. Peter Pan or It's a Small World. This is where I leave Disney for the day.
Peter Pan.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. And I will stand in that 3-hour line for Peter Pan before I wait in 2-minute line for It's a Small World.
I guess it's only because I've done it a lot less. Because of the 3-hour line and stuff like that. Yeah. I do Small World every trip, and I do it willingly. So yeah, okay.
Crystal Palace or the Plaza Restaurant?
Ooh, that's actually a tougher call than you think. What would you say first?
The Plaza. I think they just have a better selection of food.
I like the Plaza. I really do. But
I like the characters.
But yeah, I do like the characters over at Crystal Palace. I really do. Winnie the Pooh is one of the first Disney characters that I fell in love with. So there is something special there. But I'd still go to the Plaza.
Yeah. Gaston's Pub or Main Street Bakery?
Considering the Main Street Bakery is mainly just a little bit of bakery and a Starbucks, I'm going for Gaston's Tavern for the LeFou's Brew every time.
I don't really want anything from either of them, so I was judging this solely on ambiance. And I like the fountain outside. I like Gaston in that little shaded area in the corner. Nice overlook bridge right there, so that's where I went.
Okay.
Now, this one is actually tougher than it's going to initially sound once you think about it. Casey's Corner, Pecos Bills.
Wow.
Pecos got some good food. I still lean towards Casey's, but Pecos ain't bad. I'm a little upset, though. I think what gives it the edge now is that Pecos doesn't have that giant nacho platter anymore.
I'm gonna go with Casey's, kind of for the same reason. Also, Pecos Bill is always so difficult to find a spot in. Anytime I get to go there, I realize I can eat off time and there'll be spots.
You think it's hard to eat there? Casey's, I think, is even worse to get a seat.
Yeah, but at least I can take my corn dog nuggets and walk around with them a lot easier. That's
only Joffrey's drinkers go to Casey's. That's where the cool kids hang out, Brian. You sit in your little dungeon of Pecos Bills over there.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Happily Ever After or the Festival of Fantasy?
Kind of, you can't really compare the two. But
What does it do?
huh?
All right.
But I'll do happily ever after.
No. I'll take that one out. Happily ever after or wishes.
Oh crap! Seriously? I'm doing wishes. I'm doing wishes every time.
I'm going happily ever after. I think the fireworks at Wishes were so much better. Happily ever after, the visuals is stunning. It's stunning what they do to that castle. I'm gonna go happily ever after. They finally starting to win me over, people.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna change this one because originally I had Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm gonna take Pirates of the Caribbean out here. Oh, I get it. No, this was my Magic King edition. That's why it was on here. Okay, so Pirates of the Caribbean Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion because I've never gotten stuck on it.
I've gotten stuck on it. No, I've gotten stuck on Haunted Mansion.
I never have.
No?
Yeah.
All right. And then we're going to end it with this quick one because we are out of time here. Disneyland or Disney World?
I know I recently just used this particular way of describing it, or describing something just now, but I've also purposely used this phrasing to compare the two. It is like picking which kid I love more. I love them both. I'm sorry, I cannot pick between the two. I can't.
Push them out of the way.
I gotta push me out of the way. I love them both for different reasons.
Disney World, hands down, way more to do. I understand the nostalgia thing. I get all that. Disney World.
I'm not going to deny that. I'm a party pooper when it comes to that. I deny it. Or I don't deny it.
Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse?
Oh, Mickey.
See, I went Minnie. Every great man needs that great woman beside him. Okay?
Oh,
and
my.
Minnie Mouse propels Mickey to what he is.
Danny, check. There's something on your nose. There's something. Wipe it off. Wipe it off a little bit. I mean, we know Lindsay's watching, so you need to. Lindsay, you and I are going to have a chat, my dear. It's as simple as that. No, hey, listen. You can't necessarily have Mickey without Minnie these days. I just, but if I had a choice, I'm going to pick Mickey every time. Kathy will pick Minnie. Simple as that.
Minnie just makes them better. Splash Mountain or Space Mountain?
Oh, Splash. I can't. Yeah. Splash.
As much as I love Space, Splash Mountain's so much fun.
I just Space.
Wish you got to the drop quicker.
No.
Oh, I do.
No, I love it.
I wish you could do the drop and then go through all that cool stuff.
No, it anticipates. You go through the whole story.
I want to drop right away. Tower of Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster?
Oh gosh. I'm going to say Rock and Roller Coaster because I could sing to it.
Ridiculous. It's Tower of Terror. What, are you kidding me? The ambiance outside, even the line inside, you get first of all, Tower of Terror's pre-show is way better than Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh, I don't deny that.
Stupid hand up in his face.
I will tell you this. I will say that when it comes to decorum, you're absolutely right. Tower of Terror is one of the best, and I think that it's one of the most overlooked pre-shows. And the pre-show to me starts when you walk through that gate. That's the way I see it.
Fantasyland or Tomorrowland?
Tomorrowland.
Okay. Hollywood Studios or Animal Kingdom?
It's getting tougher, but I'm still going to lean towards Animal Kingdom.
MGM. It's all about the movies, baby. Lights, camera, action.
Now wait. Now you let me answer me that question. A year and a half from now, it'll be different.
Well, yeah, but see, MGM is my favorite park.
And to be honest with you, a long time it was my favorite park too. It's just right now it needs to build itself back up. That's all I'm saying. Right now.
All right, I've got two final ones.
Okay.
Fantasyland or Tomorrowland?
You just did Fantasyland or Tomorrowland.
Did we do that one? Oh, my
I
apologies.
said it was Tomorrowland. You didn't answer.
Oh, I just skipped right over. Tomorrowland, 110%. My man, it's been a long day. All right, so finally, Magic Kingdom, Epcot. It's a tough one.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Magic Kingdom.
Ride wise, yes, Magic Kingdom. Food wise, yes, Epcot.
I can't deny that, but I would still say Magic Kingdom. There's just something about it. It is a hard one. It's a real difficult decision to make.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to touch on before we head on out?
No, this has been fun. We had to do something like this later, and I will say thanks to Christine for posting something like this cute, fun little game over at the WDW community page. Go, if you haven't become a part of that, come and join us. It's a lot of fun, drama free, a lot of great conversation. We are very liberal with what we share. It's just an all out really great group to be a part of. So definitely come and join us over there.
Yep. All right, Mr. Chris, take us away.
Alrighty. You heard the show, and we hope you want more. Well, feel free to join us over at our social media platforms. Instagram and our Facebook page can be found at Behind the Ears Podcast. Our webpage is behindtheearspodcast.net, and our email is behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. And our Twitter handle is @BehindTheEarsPC. And come and join the conversation about all things Disney over at the WDW community page. Don't forget to rate and review the show over at iTunes or Apple Podcasts, as it really helps us get the word out about the show. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes or Apple Podcasts or the Podbean app. Also, you can listen to us on Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and via Alexa and Google Home.
All right, everybody. Anybody who's watching us live currently, like we said in the beginning of the show, if you showed up late, please do not leave. We are going to say our goodbye to end this podcast, and we have a special announcement to make regarding a giveaway. So anybody who wants to be part of the giveaway that's a viewer, please stick around. Podcast listeners, if you're hearing this, you already know the rules. So, right? They know the rules already, technically?
Oh, by the time they actually
hear this one, they'll know the rules,
well,
right?
by the time they actually hear this, for our podcast listeners, the contest will actually already be over. But we'll get to that in a minute. So they will not miss. Don't worry. Our podcast listeners would not have missed this contest. I guarantee you.
Well, hi, future Danny, if you're listening to this. Don't forget to remind the winner. Congratulations. All right, so guys, hold on. We're going to wrap up here and stick around. We're going to do a quick 2 minutes after the show. But like Chris says, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I almost called it iTunes. Well, go on iTunes, though. Rate and review us. 5 stars. Help us out. Or 4 or 3 or 2. Hey, if you want to leave me a 1, leave me a 1. All publicity is good publicity. Don't forget to email us any questions at gmail.com, behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. Stumbling here. Oh, Trisha's not here to yell at me, so I will do it myself. WDW community, like Chris said, joining all the fun. We had a great turnout for the show tonight. One of our most highly commented shows, I will say. Granted, I understand the premise of it being, what it is, but I'm going to stop rambling here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here. We'll see you all on Thursday night. I was Uncle Danny. That was Mr. Chris. Until next time.
Hey, and I'm Mr. Chris. Hey, thanks a lot for joining us, everybody. We really appreciate all your support. Thanks for joining us. We really loved this episode. I'll tell you what, we can't wait to come to you next time. But until we meet again, we hope you have a magical day. Take care.